The KEYone is BlackBerry's attempt at challenging today's flagship devices. In my honest opinion, it does a pretty dang good job at doing just that. First and foremost, the KEYone's battery life is second to none when comparing other Android devices. In a solid week of use, I was easily getting through my days with anywhere between 10 to 25% left before even plugging it in when I was going to bed. It's rock solid in the power management department. This device's 3,505 milliamp hour non-removable battery features Quick Charge 3.0 via USB Type-C, which is awesome, giving you the ability to charge up to 50% within 30 to 35 minutes. I never once questioned in my mind if I was going to get the power I needed from the KEYone after just a few days. It was great not having to worry about battery life, and it is one of the staple features of the KEYone. The KEYone has great battery life. Moving right along, the camera on the KEYone is friggin' fantastic. The f2 12 megapixel autofocus large pixel camera on the rear features 4K video at up to 30 frames per second. The digital image stabilization does a fantastic job at making video look great and isn't overprocessed during recording. The rear camera has a phase detect autofocusing system that allows for fast focus locking on your subject. The front-facing 8 megapixel fixed focus camera is f2.2 and has 84 degrees of wide angle freedom with also digital image stabilization built into the software. Video can be recorded up to 1080p with 30 frames per second on the front-facing camera. Both cameras have multi-frame low light enhancement that does a decent job in low light situations when you're taking pictures. I really love the cameras on this smartphone. Let's get into some samples. Alright, so here's a demo of the front-facing camera on the BlackBerry KEYone. It does a fantastic job at capturing and focusing, even though it doesn't have autofocus features, on my face, and the digital image stabilization does a pretty good job at keeping the image kind of stable without overcorrecting the corners and stuff. Let's go ahead and hop over to the rear facing camera to give you kind of a demo on how that performs with its autofocus and all that type of stuff, because this is a fixed focused lens on the front facing camera of the BlackBerry KEYone. Alright, so here's a demonstration of the rear facing camera on the BlackBerry KEYone. The microphone really stands out to me. It does a really good job at capturing some high quality audio. One thing that you will notice is the digital image stabilization will begin to get a little funky as I start walking, but that's just shaking my hand. So if I tighten this up a little bit, the corners get a little out of sync and stuff with the digital image stabilization, but it does a good job at not over processing it to where it affects the center of your composition. That's my opinion. Feel free to let me know what you think of these demos of the BlackBerry KEYone's front-facing and rear-facing cameras down in the comments section below. The most prominent feature of the KEYone is its physical keyboard. It takes a bit of getting used to at first, but as soon as you get used to it, you become a ton more effective and efficient at typing. Also, more accurate, especially when it comes to composing important emails and memos that need a certain level of accuracy. Many times when using my iPhone, an important email would come through that required a well-constructed response. I'd usually wait to get back to my desk to respond to those emails, but with the KEYone, I'd respond in confidence right there from my smartphone. There's just something about a physical keyboard that I absolutely love. Not only do I love it, it made me 10 times more productive straight from my phone. Additionally, each key on the keyboard can have a custom mapped action, whether it be launching an app or executing a task within the operating system. The spacebar has a built-in fingerprint sensor that works quick and is very accurate. Using the KEYone's physical keyboard made me reminisce of my days with the HTC G2. Along the lines of productivity, the BlackBerry KEYone has the performance to allow you to multitask without a second thought. The KEYone's Qualcomm Snapdragon 625 octa-core clocks in at 2 GHz. There's also a 64-bit 650 MHz Adreno 506 GPU paired with 3 GB of RAM. So this smartphone is no slouch when it comes to packing quite a punch in the hardware department, allowing you to work efficiently. The KEYone ships with 32 GB of internal storage. About 17 GB of that is available to you, so it's usable storage, but you can expand that with a micro SD card up to 2 TB, even though 2 TB SD cards are not available. There are a couple of drawbacks. The mono speaker leaves quite a bit to be desired. as it is extremely tinny and underpowered for a smartphone of this build quality. Secondly, I'm a bit disappointed that this device doesn't feature any weatherproofing. It's almost become a standard in today's flagship devices, and the KEYone simply doesn't have it, so it doesn't protect against dust or water. So who is this phone for? Well, if you need a device that will last you all day with battery life, give you the ability to write a short novel on the go, and take some fantastic pictures while you're on the go, the BlackBerry KEYone is for you. I've never felt more comfortable writing on a device than I have with the KEYone. The physical keyboard just allows me to be way more efficient and accurate when it comes to writing. I really love it. For me personally, the KEYone is one of the best BlackBerries ever made and is a top contender when you consider the Android platform. Before I close, I must disclose BlackBerry was kind enough to send this smartphone out to me for review, so without them this video would not have been possible. Well, that about does it for me in this one. If you like this video, please feel free to give me a thumbs up. If not, you know what to do. Thank you for taking the time to watch. I'm Tomas, and I will catch you in the next one.